Because they have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they retooled the receiving core with Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy from Texas they drafted. And Rashee Rice is still up in the air on how many games, if any at all, he'll miss at the start of the season.
Surely he's going to miss some.
Yeah, most likely it feels that way. But they got Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. And they got Kelsey. And they got Chris Jones on the defensive side of the ball. I give them 20% because of the division.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's hard. I understand that Brady won 100 and Montana won all these many and Aikman did. I get all of that. But it's hard to win Super Bowls. Okay, they have gone back-to-back to win these Super Bowls. But it was hard to go back-to-back to win the Super Bowls. So they could have lost to the San Francisco 49ers. Many people say they should have lost.
Sure.
If the 49ers had not made the mistakes they made and coaches did what they did. And you start off with the quarterback, right? 20%, that's a high number. That's really a high number. It's never been done before, okay? Buffalo went 4 straight times and lost 4 straight times, okay?
Yeah, that's never been done either.
Tom Brady in New England, which was surprising to me, they went 3 in a row, and I think they won, lost 1, something along those lines. I didn't even realize they went 3 in a row. It's hard as hell, though, Paul. Hard. Many people talk about Super Bowls, as I like to say, if they're a bowl of M&Ms, you can just grab them, here you go. You can win one. No, that's not the case because you got Baltimore week 1.
Man.
You got Cincinnati week 2. We don't really know what Atlanta going to look like with Kirk Cousins in week 3, but I'm assuming they can beat them. The Chargers, division, new coach, new training facility, they feel great. Then they got San Francisco. The Raiders beat them a year ago. Tampa Bay's a solid team. Buffalo at Buffalo with Josh Allen. You know, now we getting into the month of December. You get the Chargers, you get the Browns, you got Houston, you got Pittsburgh. I mean, those teams are going to be fighting for the same goal. But I think it's a 20% chance because if they win the division, they most likely going to win the division with about 12 to 13 wins, most likely, which will put them in good company for the first seed or the second seed. And at that point, they in the tournament. So now they going to the tournament. So now all bets are off on what they could be like.
50%, Key, 50%.
That's high.
Goat Mahomes.
That's high.
50%. They are well-oiled machine.
Wait, is Tom Brady now a thing of the past?
No. But listen. Listen, so if Mahomes wins this year, you could put him in the same breath as Tom Brady with less championships. You can start having that debate.
It would be less championships with more efficiency, so to speak.
Yeah, you can start having that debate now because now you get 3 in a row.
No. What I mean by efficiency, I meant they're gonna go. This will be their 4th Super Bowl in as many as 6 years.
I thought you meant his.
That's what I meant. I meant that way, not his personal performance, because you can't wait to jump on that. I already know you.
I won't. I'm gonna leave it be. Okay. A big key is going to be Xavier Worthy. Can he step right in? Because I think, I don't know what's going to happen. You know Rashee Rice. And again, terrible situation.
Couple incidents.
He got a couple of situations going on. I'm pretty sure he's going to miss some games. But he became a really valuable weapon for them.
Did.
By the Super Bowl, he was cooking people. Yeah. And he's big and fast. And he's a force. You know, he's got force to his game. And I watched Xavier Worthy a lot, mostly when Oklahoma played Texas, and he was not a huge problem for Oklahoma. Not a huge, where he didn't take games over, but he can just flat fly. And I'm figuring Patrick Mahomes and Andy will figure out how to use him even better than Sark did. That they'll figure some things out. And Hollywood Brown's pretty good. He's not great, but can he take up some slack? Sure he can. He can run. No, he can get behind people. And it looks like Travis Kelce, you know, there's all this retirement talk, but just by the end of the year, he looked really good. At Baltimore, he was really good. And I didn't think that team was going to win last year because I thought it was going to get stopped cold at Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I still can't believe Baltimore did not win that game. And
Baltimore feels the same way.
I mean, the more I think about it, the worse it gets. Like, no. And they shut down Mahomes and Kelsey in the second half, but in the first half, they just went in there and threw parties on them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just because they know how to do it, and the one thing I admire the most about Patrick Mahomes, and Andy said it yesterday, he does not rest on his laurels. He loves to play football, and he loves to work at playing football. And however good he can be, he's going to max it out. So to your point, just because you do have him, I'm going to go up from, you go 20, I'd go to 40.
50.
Because he is one of those,
Okay.
he's one of those guys who says, you dare me to do this, I'll show you. I'm going to go do this. I'm
Okay.
going to go 3.
Okay.
Because that's legacy.
Don't let them get
so
home field this year. They did it all on the road last year.
It's all good. But now I'm going to scare you, Skip. I'm going to scare you. Last year, we started off the season, and I think at that point in time, Travis Kelce was friends with Taylor Swift. Friends. They wasn't, they wasn't dating, wink, wink, whatever. It was just somebody he met in a grocery store parking lot.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, they started to date. And your question was, or everybody's question was, is this the downfall of the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yep.
Is this the downfall of the Kansas City Chiefs? Are they paying too much attention to her at the game and not paying attention to what's going on in the field?
And at what point are they going to get sick and tired of answering questions about Taylor Swift?
It's going to go in. It's going to seep into the locker room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, ain't nobody worried about that. They cool with that. Now, here's what I'm going to say to scare you. Feels like to me, this offseason, for whatever reason, has still been ticker tape parading it. It just feels that way. I know they've been to mini camps and OTAs, and they've been there doing some, but every time I look up, it's either him at a concert or Patrick Mahomes playing golf at a concert.
Or Patrick and his wife at Wimbledon.
Or Patrick and his wife at Wimbledon. Or Patrick's wife now getting ready to, pregnant again. It's like there's all this Rasheed Rice issues. It's just all this stuff.
There's been a lot of
Is that
stuff.
going to seep into the locker room and derail where they're not giving it all, right? And I'm not talking about the frontline guys. I'm talking about the backups.
Okay.
Because the backups could feel like they're the
I
frontline
understand.
guys.
And that's what usually happens. So we've had 3 instances of this in football history and NFL history. Remember, Jerry fired Jimmy after the Cowboys had won 2, so that stopped that third one, or they would have won, I think. And then, remember, Elway retired after 2, or I think it was Shannon Sharp's Broncos, and they had a real good shot. I don't know.
They wasn't good.
You don't think so?
Not that year, because they beat us.
Yeah. And then the Patriots with Brady, they won 03-04, but then they weren't very good in 05, and they went 10-6 and lost to Jake Plummer out at Denver. Okay.
We should have beat them in the AFC Championship game. Shannon them.
All right.
Beat them.
Now, what would you like to see tonight from Bronny?
Man, we